Welcome to Bed Crime Stories Podcast. I'm your host, T, and if true crime is your jam, and like me, you enjoy delving into unsolved cases, trying to figure out who done it, please consider subscribing. We have breaking news about the case against Colorado father Barry Morphew, who had been accused of killing his wife, Suzanne. Incredibly, today, the murder charges against Morphew have been dropped. Suzanne Morphew vanished on Mother's Day 2020 after going on a bike ride. Barry was arrested, but he's always denied having any role in her disappearance. Morphew was due to stand trial for his wife's murder without her body being found. However, on Tuesday, today, prosecutors announced that they believe they know where Suzanne's body is, and they say it's buried beneath 5 feet of snow. Unfortunately, they cannot excavate the body quickly enough to perform the necessary tests that are required before the April 28th trial start date. But they can also not proceed with their prosecution knowing where the body is and that it could possibly hold key evidence. Because of all of that, they had no choice but to dismiss the case against Morphew. However, this is a temporary dismissal. Morphew was photographed leaving the courthouse today, holding hands with his 2 daughters. Barry Morphew's attorney spoke after the decision was made, and he declared it a victory that came about because the prosecution knew they were going to lose the case, end quote. Now, of course, that's what the defense attorney for Barry Morphew is going to say. From what I can see, the prosecutors had no choice, and it would be a stellar event if they can find Suzanne's body, and if they can find evidence with it, on it, to prove who committed the act. Whether that's Morphew or someone else, it's very important to know the truth. What personally scares me is that Morphew's daughters have to leave the court with him, and because they love him and he's the only parent they have left, they basically have to put all their faith in him and hope that he did not do anything to their mother. I mean, they're vulnerable, and of course they're going to stand by their father. Who knows how the whole thing will play out? In any event, Suzanne Morphew did not deserve to vanish, to disappear, or to be subjected to whatever happened to her. The police have said that they have now pinpointed a location in a remote mountainous area not far from the former Morphew home in Maysville, Colorado. The spot could be close to the remote Garfield mine, which apparently was mentioned in prosecution arguments during a pretrial hearing in September of 2021. According to the prosecution, data from Barry Morphew's truck shows a 15-minute gap between the time he left home at 5 a.m. on the morning of May 10th and the vehicle's appearance on a gas station camera in Poncha Springs at 5:14 a.m. That trek should take less than 5 minutes. In a police interview, Morphew admitted that he'd taken a detour close to the abandoned lead mine after allegedly seeing some elk. But police say they believe he was likely doing something else at the remote site, which sits among mountains. Barry is currently living in a home in the same area. He's renting a property that is said to be just meters away from the house that he shared with Suzanne. Since his release from jail in September, Barry has allegedly spent much of his time with a new girlfriend named Shoshona Dark, who is 51. According to Morphew's arrest affidavit, cops first learned about this woman in December of 2020, but were unable to catch Barry with Shoshona The police apparently mounted a camera on a telegraph pole outside her home. And in early February, Morphew was seen visiting the property on consecutive nights and staying until the following morning. All I can say is that I hope that Suzanne Morphew is found and that she gets the justice that she deserves. No matter what they say about Suzanne Morphew, she did not deserve whatever happened to her to make her go missing on May 10th of 2020. Until the next time on Bed Crime Stories. Now, show me some love. Hit that like button.